It's Animal Radio, and over the last several weeks, we've been talking about cloning and genetic preservation with ViaGen Pets. And we're visiting with Melain Rodriguez. She's the Client Services Manager over at ViaGen Pets. Melain, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, thanks.
I understand you've just delivered several cloned kittens.
That's right. I'll tell you, I have personally been present for every cloned kitten delivery to date, and I'll tell you, this is one of my favorite parts of my job. It's such a happy and emotional experience. One delivery that stands out in my mind just happened this past December, and the clients had preserved the cell line with us through our genetic preservation service about 5 years ago when their beloved Siamese cat had passed away suddenly. And at that time, cloning wasn't available anywhere, but the clients preserved the genetics with the hope that one day they might be able to clone their cat. So about a year ago, we sent a letter out to all of our feline genetic preservation clients announcing that we were cloning cats, and this particular client called immediately when she got our letter and said, sign me up. And so we started the process. It went very smoothly. I am with the client every step of the way from start to finish, giving them pregnancy updates and updates on birth. And in this situation, 2 beautiful kittens were born. They were both genetic twins to the original cat, and they stayed with us until they were about 8 to 12 weeks of age.
So how many are cloned? How many do they receive? Can it be 4 or 5, or is it 1, 2?
Well, cloned kittens, it could be more than one. Cloned litters are inherently smaller than average litters, but we estimate litter size to be 1 to 3 kittens. And so the client gets as many kittens as are born in the litter.
Can you clone a clone?
You could. You absolutely could.
You mentioned earlier that the kitten parents, they actually genetically preserved the DNA many, many years ago, not necessarily knowing what they were going to do with it at the time. Is that correct?
That's right. And so we've been doing this genetic preservation for cats and dogs for over 12 years now. So the majority of our clients who had done that preserved the cells with us, knowing that they may not be able to clone now, but hopefully someday they could. And so that time is now. And so those clients that had been storing cells with us for over a decade, some of them, were just amazed. So those cells, once they're stored, they're viable indefinitely. They can be stored for any length of time and can be cloned at any point down the road.
So I could just have, I could just do the genetic preservation on my cat and not necessarily go through the whole cloning process at this point.
That's right, and that's what most clients choose to do, is just store the cells now and then clone at some point down the road. You're not obligated to do the cloning right now.
What's the reaction you see from the clients who are taking delivery of a new kitten or a puppy?
I'll tell you, it's just amazing. You can't imagine the excitement and the emotion that goes on. They're crying, I'm crying. It's such an emotional experience. And for most of these clients, I've been there from the very beginning. These kittens that were delivered in December, I was the one that took the phone call when the original cat had died. So I cried with the client over the phone when the cat died, and then those same tears came when I handed over those kittens to the client. So it's just really came full circle. So I'm so happy to be a part of this process. It's just amazing. If
somebody wants to talk to you directly, they can do that, right?
They can. I'm happy to talk to anybody. I love to share my stories and talk with people. They can call me at 888-876-6104, and they can find more information online at ViaGenPets.com.